Hey, it's this week's comics with your guy Hartley Holmberg here. It's June 1st, and we're starting things off this week with the special edition of Savage Dragon, North Force. I'm really excited to read this thing. It's, of course, I think almost the same thing as Savage Dragon number 259, but apparently there's new extra stuff inside this special edition of North Force. That is a tongue twister. North Force. That is tough. Number 0. And hey, how can I not support a new Canadian superhero team? Because I'm Canadian and I love superheroes. So there you go, Savage Dragon and North Force. Next up, we got Firepower number 12. I've been enjoying the hell out of this book. I've described it in the past as akin to Iron Fist, but it's a little bit more magical. It's a hell of a blast. Great art by Samney. As always, Kirkman delivers the goods. It's been a blast. It's an absolute blast. Can't wait to see what happens with issue 12. In this one, the shit hits the fan. Next up, Brian Bendis' Justice League, issue number 62. It's deep into the storyline where they're dealing with the fallout of Naomi's story arc and the world she comes from. Really good stuff. The Justice League Dark backup. They're rebuilding the team. Ragman's on the team now. I'm hoping they get Man-Bat back and maybe Blue Devil. Man, this comic's been a blast. Justice League's finally back on track since Snyder left. Snyder kind of dropped the ball there in the last little bit there. It's probably more fair to say that Scott Snyder just dropped the ball at the last issue there, making it a complete tie-in to Death Metal and not really having much of an ending other than just being a segue. Next up, we got the Suicide Squad, number 4. This is the continuing crossover with the Teen Titans Academy, which has been an absolute blast. Amanda Waller's an absolute bastard. Man, she's a fucking bitch. I mean, ruthless. She's brilliant. She's amazing. And goddamn, I mean, she just ordered a bunch of people to kill kids, man. Oh, Waller, I love you and I hate you so much. A really fun comic. And man, the mystery of what's going on with this Red X character has been awesome. Next up, we got Green Lantern. Now, I got to say, I'm not a big fan of the typical, the Lantern Corps have fallen and, has been attacked on the power battery's been destroyed, because they do it so goddamn often. But this has been a really good read. I'm really looking forward to this. I scanned through, shows a little bit of my favorite Green Lantern right in the end. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's been good. It's just hitting on a story arc that I'm kind of tired of being rehashed over and over and over again. The idea of the lanterns falling, it's just such a trope now. Next up, we got the Crime Syndicate, number 4 of 6. This has been a blast. This has been the reworking of the Crime Syndicate. There's these great backup tales drawn by Brian Hitch to give us the origin stories of these new Crime Syndicate characters, these dark Justice League analogs. And I've got nothing bad to say about this comic. It's been an absolute blast. Can't wait to read this one. Next up, we got Commanders in Crisis. And I just finished saying I've got nothing bad to say about Crime Syndicate. I'm just buying this comic now to just finish it off. It's a 12-issue miniseries. I thought the concept was great. It's a superhero team composed of people who were the last survivor of their worlds. But they kind of bury the lead. And what was interesting about that, because one of the reasons they're called Commanders in Crisis is they're not just superpowered beings that were the last survivors of their world. It's all about alternate worlds and all that. They were also all presidents of their world. I found this comic overly saturated in ideas and not enough fleshed out. It feels to me like Orlando got to do whatever the hell he wanted because he created this whole thing, but he couldn't decide what the focus was going to be. They haven't really focused on any of the characters. There hasn't been cool action. It's just a bunch of great ideas sort of thrown at the wall and not really landing for me at all. So, unfortunately, I give this one a thumbs down. I do not recommend it to anybody. I'm hoping they stick the landing, and I'll be eating my words by the time they get to issue 12. But right now, ugh. And then, and actually, I should point out that Steve Orlando is a known gay creator, and there's a lot of representation in the book. So that's a good part of it. And speaking of representation, next up we got the Pride Omnibus. Growing up, I always thought the name pride for a superhero team was awesome because I was, and not because I was, but being a dopey kid, I didn't realize there was this big association with the term pride and homosexuality. I just always thought Pride of Lions, right? That's cool. Anyways, I've long been interested in this. Dark Horse put out a omnibus copy of it that's a really good price point considering how thick it is. And I can't wait to read this. I think it shows a lot of promise. Next up, we got Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing. I'm loving this run. I can't wait to read Volume 2 as it stands here. I love buying my Marvel comics this way. They take up less space. They got nice cardstock covers as opposed to their single issues that have horrible, horrible paper quality on the covers. And the interior is not that great either. Next up, we got Part of the World of Black Hammer. Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy. I believe the concept behind this is they're sort of... it's sort of a bit of a Batman analog, kind of. It's kind of like, Skull Digger, I believe, is sort of like a combination of Batman meets the Punisher. And I think they're sort of addressing the concept of, the teenage sidekick being slightly abused because, Skull Digger's just kind of a mental case who's really violent and not terribly nurturing. Next up, we've got some stuff from last week that I forgot to pick up. The Milestone Returns, Infinite Edition 0. I love Milestone. I read this when it was a free digital copy. I was more than happy to pay for a physical copy of it, and I can't wait till the regular series start up like next week or sometime soon with Static and Icon, and then Hardware is going to show up. I love these guys. Can't wait. And I really like the new Icon design. I always thought his old design was kind of weird and clunky with the cape all tied up in the middle there. It was kind of visually interesting, but also kind of stupid. Next up, we've got the Blue Flame. I believe the Blue Flame is a public domain character. I missed getting this book last week. It's gotten a lot of really great reviews. The Blue Flame was basically a Human Torch style character back in the day who just was blue. Yeah. So there you go. I love this. This is cover C. They come up with a bunch of really cool looking covers. I can't wait to read it. Really excited about it. And then next up, we got my New Mutants by Abnett and Lanning, Volume 2, that I can't wait to read. Hey, that's my dog in the background. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Volume 1 of this was absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to finish reading all this stuff. And then last but not least, from this week that was just sitting over there on the side, the Hellboy Universe hardcover. They put out these great hardcovers with solid price points. It's a nice thick volume. I think this thing has a Sledgehammer and a whole bunch of other cool stuff in it. I can't wait to read it. Super excited. And there you go. There's my comics for the week. Be careful and safe out there, you beautiful bastards. And that's it for me. Until the next time.